Hi, I'm Nicole Hutchison, in Dallas, Texas. I'm here today with my organization, the Rusty Diamond Network, and I'm just so grateful to be here to honor and celebrate the legacy of Cornelius. His story is one that, tragically, I can relate to so well. I myself was institutionalized when I was a child, about 3 years, and I was in Provo Canyon School. And after that experience, and as I got older, I didn't get help for my mental health, and for many years just did what I could to basically get by, and it tragically culminated into a collateral consequence that led me straight into prison, and many people were hurt. It has been such an experience to hear stories like Cornelius, that all these years later, even 20 years after I had been institutionalized as a child, that families are still being torn apart, that these facilities are still operating as they did back when I was in Provo Canyon just 20 years ago. And tragically, seeing that Cornelius, his father, is in prison while he learns about what happens to his son, and that his sisters are also institutionalized. So we have a family here that is torn apart and is not together and doesn't have that unification and that community. And I know that for me and what I do now, and what Rusty Diamond Network, which I created when I myself went into the prison system and realized that there was a common theme amongst both myself and the women that I met on that journey. And it was trauma, and it was mental health. And there were so many things that united us in that. And at that point, it became clear that in order to lead a meaningful life, and one that would make the right choices, that trauma and those things that I had experienced in my childhood had to be reckoned with, and had to finally deal with those things, or those were continuing to cycle. And that mental health was the most important thing that had to change, or nothing else ever would. And my family would be torn apart, as would others, and those consequences would continue. I'm just so grateful that we can share our stories. Sometimes they're tragic, and it's so painful and hurtful to those that might hear them or be experiencing them. And I just hope that collectively, through sharing those stories and what we can do different, how we can do things better, how we can reunite families, and now with what I do with Rusty Diamond in helping reunite women when they come out of prison, helping them with doing their best time while they're actually incarcerated, and paying that forward and leaving a better legacy and changing that course, will hopefully do that. As we look at our legislation and what laws and regulations we have in place that can help us to also audit and regulate, so that these things that start very early on in our childhood, that we carry through into our adult lives, also are so impacted. So thank you for coming together today, allowing me to share a few minutes. And my hearts and prayers go out to Cornelius and his family. And I'm just grateful that everyone's getting together collectively to honor and celebrate him. And my blessings to you all. Thank you.